I'm Gregg, Jarrett. You're in the strategy room as America waits with bated breath for Vice President Joe Biden to decide whether he'll announce a bid for the White House. There's a new report from Politico claiming that Biden himself was the source of Maureen Dowd's August 1st New York Times column, which revealed emotional details about his son Beau's dying wish for him to enter the race. Politico is reporting this, quote, according to multiple sources, it was Biden himself who talked to her, painting a tragic portrait of dying son Beau's face partially paralyzed, sitting his father down, trying to make him promise to run for president because, quote, the White House should not revert to the Clintons and that the country would be better off with Biden values. What about it? Here now with reaction, political strategist David Mercer, Brad Blakeman. Welcome to you both. David, let me start with you. If it's true that Biden himself was the source, does that raise some suspicions that he was trying to manipulate public opinion to generate sympathy to invigorate his bid for president?
Knowing what I know of the vice president over the years, I would not go to that extent. I think you would more accurately get an opinion on that from some around his team currently. I can't imagine that given the nature of the emotional nature, the familiar family nature, I'm not sure you want to manipulate that, or anybody would, let alone the vice president. So I take him at his word, and he, as we know, has shared that with others. So I don't think it was as political as some may have it be. Right. This is between father and son.
Well, but he is a politician. And, Brad, let me go to you. The subtitle of the political story was, "The Vice President is mourning. He's also calculating." That word calculating conjures up manipulation, public opinion for a sympathy candidate. What about it?
I don't buy it. I think that Joe Biden, if anything, was opening up to Maureen Dowd and telling the behind-the-scenes story of the last and final days of a father and a son. And she got a scoop in the fact that Joe Biden was being open and honest with her. And if there was any manipulation, then he certainly would have announced for office long before now. He isn't a candidate now. He wasn't a candidate then. And when those words were said and that report was given, Hillary was on her way to being coronated. So I don't see any motive other than the fact that, she got a scoop on a father and son.
Look, it was an August 1st column. The words had been several months earlier, but Hillary Clinton was already knee-deep in the private email server controversy.
No, I'm talking about the time he had the interview with her, not the time it was released to the New York Times.
All right, let me go to the other part of the story, though, David, and that's Beau Biden's alleged words. And let me repeat them. The White House should not revert to the Clintons. The country would be better off with Biden values. I mean, that's got to hit a raw nerve for Hillary Clinton and her husband.
Well, I don't want to get in the middle of that debate, but
Why
I will
not?
say this.
Isn't that part of the debate? Clinton values?
I will say this. The way I see it is, whether it's Clinton, Obama, or anybody subsequent or succeeding them being Democrat, they're going to have a lot coming at them, as we saw what was thrown at Obama, President Obama, as well as President Clinton. A lot of misrepresentations, a lot of allegations, plenty, if not all, disproven, or a waste of time, as we've just seen with McCarthy's statement.
Why did she apologize?
I'm sorry?
Why did she apologize? If it's all just, conjured up by Republicans, why would she say, okay, I made a mistake, I apologize, I'm sorry?
Well, what she did was apologize for having a single server. It was not apologizing for nothing else but that, which is, it would have been better had she not done it, is what I believe she is communicating. Right. But nonetheless, I am here to tell you that's what I did do, and we will move on from this after it's been looked into by
Brad,
state and others.
Well, I got to wrap this up. Brad, I mean, isn't this in many ways about Clinton values? I mean, after all, there is a broad swath of Americans who mistrust her.
No question. And I would tell Hillary, tell it to the judge, because I think that's where this thing is heading. But if anything, the Biden article at the time that it was said and at the time that it was reported, well, maybe a little bit of sour grapes on Joe's part that the Democratic Party is surrendering to the Clintons. That's the way I saw the article, is this was, why are we putting all our eggs in Clinton's basket? This is what the Democratic Party should stand for. I should be running, and my son agrees. That's what I got out of it.
All right, Brad and David, thank you both. You can check out FoxNews.com for more on the 2016 presidential race. I'm Gregg Jarrett. Thanks for watching.